Hi, everybody. It's Craig from DocSports, and we're back with a free college basketball game for Friday in the South region. We see Michigan State from the Big Ten facing Ole Miss from the SEC. 7 of the 16 teams from left now in the Sweet 16 are from the SEC. We see Michigan State favored by 3.5, total 143.5, and I've got Griffin Murphy here to kind of talk about this game. Before we get to your free play, though, don't forget, go over to DocSports.com/free60. That'll get a $60 free account where you can get on our best plays. And yes, we'll each have best plays out for both Thursday and Friday. So go over there, you check it out. You can use that. It's $30 per day per sport or $99 per week per sport. So you can, if you don't even like college basketball, you can get in on NBA, NHL, whatever sport you like. All right, Griffin, what do you see in this matchup? It's an interesting line. I kind of thought Michigan State would be a little bigger of a bigger favorite, sure. And Ole Miss is drawing a lot of money early. What do you think of this matchup?
Craig, the way that I'm looking at this game right now, you've got to look at the momentum of the way that these teams are playing right now. Ole Miss, they were a team that we never thought they'd be here right now. And right now, they are absolutely guns blazing. This team is playing out of their behinds, and Chris Baird, absolutely phenomenal job to get this team running. He picked up this job 2 years ago. Now this team is absolutely throttling across all cylinders right now. You look at Michigan State right now, they literally just won a game by 2 points against New Mexico. New Mexico, by no means somebody that we should be even talking about right now. 30 points their bench put up against this Michigan State team. Now, we know that Michigan State, they thrive on the defensive side. Well, this Ole Miss team, they just dealt with Iowa State. Iowa State is supposed to be one-on-one, one of the best defenses in the nation right now. Well, they just put up 91 points against them offensively. They hit nearly 50% from the perimeter and 50% from the arc. So when you're going to deal with a team like that who's playing from their behinds, this kind of brings me back to another situation, Craig. You look 2 years ago, we'll go back to the MLB. Arizona Diamondbacks, you had a bunch of kids, just fighting for their lives. Made it all the way to the World Series. Ended up not winning it, but they made it all the way to the World Series. That's kind of like what I'm looking at right now with Chris Baird and this Ole Miss team. Right now, obviously, we know Tom Izzo. Phenomenal head coach, done a phenomenal job with this team. But right now, in this situation, 71-69, I want to say their most recent matchup against a team like New Mexico, when you're supposed to be one of the top defenses in the nation. Now you have Ole Miss coming in. Ole Miss is coming in with full mentality, full heat. They're scoring points. They just put 91 points against one of the best defenses in the league. Give me the underdog in this matchup. I love the way Ole Miss is playing. They're playing like they've got nothing left, nothing to lose, which they don't. They shouldn't be here, and yet they are still here, and they're still playing as a dominant force as a team. I love the way they're playing. They're scoring points. They're crashing the boards. They're driving to the lane. They're doing everything right as a team right now, Craig. So give me the underdog in this matchup. I really like Ole Miss, and I'll grab those points, but I'll sprinkle some pizza money on the money line. What are your thoughts on this game?
Well, I think, one worry here is Michigan State overachieved all year long.
Sure.
24-10 against the spread this year.
Yeah.
They're one of the best teams against the spread. So that was the worry for me. That's why I kind of thought Michigan State would be like a 5 in that, 4.5 to 5 point spread.
Sure.
Because they've been so good to bettors, and bettors, they just keep betting what they win with. So a lot of people will just continue to, and they're the higher seed, so they were going to get a lot of money. So I think the SEC is getting a lot of credit because there were so many teams that we see in people like, well, the conference is good.
Right. Big Ten, SEC. Yep.
I'm looking at a total here.
Okay.
I kind of like the over in this matchup, 143.5. And I kind of like, if you like Ole Miss, I got to think you like
points.
So I'm not saying it's a correlated parlay, but I wouldn't talk people off of it because I feel like if Ole Miss, they're probably not going to cover. They're probably going to win outright. I doubt they just cover. I think if either Michigan State's way too much for them or Ole Miss offense continues to roll like it was against Iowa State. So I would lay the over. But that's what we have. Hey, we got a Griffin. This is your game. I just went a little.
And I want to touch up following this a little bit. Think about this, though, the situation of where this could end up. This could end up being Michigan versus Michigan State in our next round. And that is where the excitement really comes.
Auburn plays Michigan in the other half of this.
And Auburn hasn't necessarily been that Auburn team that we've been watching all season long. Once they beat Alabama at Alabama, that was where we were like, okay, this is legitimate. Yeah. And then since that point, they have not been performing the way that we expected them to perform throughout the season.
We could see either an all SEC matchup, or we could see, obviously it could be an SEC and a Big Ten, but it could be, Ole Miss and Auburn. And so it'll be interesting. Michigan State did beat Michigan in both games this year, just as a little sprinkle there. If and this is also like, if you like Michigan State, and you think the other Michigan might win, you could play them to win and get a little extra value, play them to win this region too. So just a little tidbit though. All right, there. So that's what you have. If you haven't done so, make sure you go over to DocSports.com/free60, get you a free $60 account. And while you're there, go ahead and pick up Griffin Murphy or mine or whoever you like. Use that as $30 per day per sport. Or I believe actually you can get through the national championship game right now for $75. So make sure you check out the All Sports for college basketball. There you have it. There's your free betting pick. Hope all your bets are winning ones.